So the Telegraph is reporting on a rather pathetic new development on the Afghanistan story. Take a look at this. Parliament holds Joe Biden in contempt over Afghanistan. MPs and peers unite to condemn dishonor of U.S. President's withdrawal and his criticism of Afghan troops left behind to face the Taliban. So this is across the spectrum, guys, in the UK. Across the spectrum. On the right, you have many people who are just flat out saying you shouldn't have gotten out. How dare you? And then on the left, you have people who are saying, how dare you criticize the Afghans who are bravely fighting the Taliban? That's you shouldn't have done that. That's destructive. You have Tony Blair came out and said, it's imbecilic. The withdrawal was imbecilic. To which I respond, you're the imbecile. And what was the imbecilic thing to do was to do the original invasion, which you played a role in, which you played a part in. That was the problem. George W. Bush was the problem. You were the problem. Perpetuating it under Obama was the problem. Perpetuating it under Trump was the problem. That's the problem. That's the imbecile thing to do right there. And I don't know how they can ignore all the war profiteering and the grifting and the greed and the corruption and the total lack of having a clue of what the hell we're even doing there. I don't know how they can ignore all that, but now when he pulls out, it's, oh my God, the sky's falling and this is crazy. So this is the UK. They're supposed to be like we inherited, like, we became the new empire after their empire fell. And so they look to us like, okay, you guys are in charge now. And so we do the right thing, an anti-imperial thing, and all of a sudden they're like, no, we want you to be pro-imperialism. You are the empire now. You do this thing. And by the way, this is sad. So Jeremy Corbyn had a good defense of Biden, thankfully, good defense of withdrawing, but he's like the only one. And then the other second closest thing was like Boris Johnson, who basically was like to Parliament, hey, dog, like, what did you want me to do? Did you want me to stay there? Well, the U.S. pulled out. Is that what you wanted? I had no choice. I had to do what I had to do. I had to get out because they were getting out. What was I going to do? And that's the place that we're in right now, where it's across-the-board condemnation from all the elected officials, whether in the UK or the US. And by the way, they're also massively misreading the room because they all have brain rot and they just go by what the media is saying, and the media is harping away at all the problems with the withdrawal. They're ignoring the fact that 60% of Americans want it out. And I've never seen a poll of the public in the UK, but I would imagine they're probably in line with the US to one extent or another, where the public is like, what are they doing there? This seems like a mess. It makes no sense. What's even the point? So you have this giant disconnect between elites and regular people. And this is a very rare instance where I look at, foreign country criticizing a U.S. president, and I'm like, fuck you, I'm pro-America, bro. Because, I think Biden's right on this. And all the conservative Republicans in the U.S., I've seen a number of them on Twitter, now they pretend to care what Europe thinks. Whereas never, ever, ever before in the past did they ever say, we care what Europe thinks. They would mock them and deride them. But now when Europe is being more pro-war, when the UK is being more pro-war, they're like, look, we've offended our closest friends in Europe, who I care so much about appeasing and pleasing. They're all hacks, man. And if I don't know how many more stories I can take that are bashing Biden for the one right thing that he did before I call for Joe Biden to be emperor. We're getting close, though.